Meta description: when expectations become limitless, how long can anyone truly endure? Is Jungkook standing strong beneath the weight of global demands? Or is the pressure quietly building behind the scenes? Stay with us until the end. Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe as we uncover the emotional reality behind boundless expectations. How long can someone survive when the world refuses to lower its standards? When admiration turns into demand, and success becomes the minimum requirement rather than the achievement, what happens to the person at the center of it all? The question is no longer whispered in private corners of fan communities. It is echoing loudly across platforms and conversations. Unlimited expectations are a powerful force, and in the case of Jungkook, they have grown to a scale rarely witnessed in modern entertainment. From the earliest stages of his journey with BTS, Jungkook was framed as exceptional. Talent flowed naturally, discipline appeared unwavering, and growth seemed exponential. Each comeback raised the bar not only for the group, but for him personally. Audiences began to anticipate perfection as routine. The extraordinary transformed into the expected. Applause became automatic. Records broken were treated as checkpoints rather than milestones. But what does it mean to live inside a narrative where nothing less than excellence is acceptable? Unlimited expectations create a paradox. They celebrate achievement while simultaneously erasing the space for vulnerability. When every performance must outshine the last, innovation becomes obligation rather than exploration. When every appearance must radiate confidence, exhaustion has no visible outlet. Jungkook's rise to global prominence placed him at the intersection of culture, commerce, and emotion. He is not merely an artist, he is a symbol of a generation's musical influence. His voice resonates across continents, his image circulates endlessly online, and his name trends within seconds. Such omnipresence fuels admiration, but also amplifies scrutiny. The world does not simply watch, it analyzes. There have been moments when his composure flickered ever so slightly. A pause before answering a challenging question. A subtle shift in tone when discussing responsibility. A gaze that lingered downward just a fraction longer than usual. These details may seem insignificant individually, yet collectively they paint a portrait of someone acutely aware of the magnitude of expectations surrounding him. Unlimited expectations are not solely external. They often mirror internal standards. Jungkook's dedication suggests a relentless pursuit of self-improvement. Rehearsing late into the night, refining vocals repeatedly, perfecting choreography with precision. These actions reveal ambition intertwined with responsibility. When the world expects greatness, and you expect even more from yourself, the threshold for satisfaction becomes elusive. The emotional landscape of global fame is rarely straightforward. Joy and pressure coexist. Gratitude and fatigue intertwine. Standing before tens of thousands of cheering fans can be exhilarating, yet the silence afterward can feel profound. In that silence, questions may surface. How long can this pace be sustained? How long can expectations remain limitless without consequence? The modern entertainment industry thrives on momentum. Viral success demands immediate follow-up. Streaming numbers must climb. Collaborations must expand reach. Solo projects must exceed group achievements. Each new endeavor raises anticipation further. Jungkook's solo accomplishments intensified this dynamic. Breaking records independently reinforced his status as an unstoppable force, yet it also recalibrated the baseline of what audiences consider normal. Observers often focus on visible triumphs while overlooking invisible strain. Awards, charts, endorsements, and accolades dominate headlines. Emotional resilience does not. Yet resilience is what sustains the performance behind the accolades. It is what allows an artist to smile through fatigue, to deliver powerful vocals despite physical exhaustion, to maintain composure amid controversy. Unlimited expectations extend into personal identity. Every stylistic choice, every fashion statement, every public interaction is dissected. Authenticity becomes a balancing act between self-expression and public perception. When millions feel invested in who you are, deviation from expectation can trigger waves of commentary. Under such circumstances, the freedom to experiment carries risk. The most surprising revelation is not that pressure exists, but that it has become normalized. Fans celebrate hard work and perseverance, often equating them with virtue. However, Constant endurance without rest is unsustainable. The human body and mind require pause. In a system driven by continuous output, pause can feel like weakness rather than necessity. Is Jungkook capable of enduring limitless expectation indefinitely? The question may be flawed, because no human being is designed for infinity. Strength does not equate to invulnerability. Even the most disciplined performer is still subject to emotional fluctuation. Recognizing that truth does not diminish his achievements, it humanizes them. There have been instances when Jungkook's gratitude toward fans appeared almost overwhelming. Tears during heartfelt speeches, expressions of deep appreciation that bordered on apology for perceived shortcomings. These moments reveal an acute sensitivity to the bond he shares with his audience. That bond is powerful and sustaining, yet it also intensifies the desire not to disappoint. Unlimited expectations often mask fear. Fear of stagnation, fear of decline, fear of failing to live up to a reputation constructed over years. For someone whose identity is intertwined with excellence, the idea of falling short can feel existential. It is not merely about missing a note or underperforming. It is about challenging a narrative that has defined him. The global dimension adds complexity. Cultural representation, language barriers, international media scrutiny, all converge in his career. Success abroad carries pride, but also responsibility. Each appearance becomes symbolic. Each word carries weight. The margin for error narrows further. Yet within this pressure lies undeniable resilience. Jungkook continues to evolve artistically. His vocal tone deepens with maturity. His stage presence reflects confidence earned through experience. His willingness to explore different musical styles demonstrates creative courage. These developments suggest not collapse, but adaptation. The emotional undertone of unlimited expectation raises broader societal questions. Why do audiences demand constant escalation? Why does satisfaction with present achievement fade so quickly? In a culture driven by immediacy and metrics, success is often measured by the next breakthrough rather than the current accomplishments. Conversations around mental health gain visibility. Fans increasingly express concern and empathy. Asking how long someone can endure is itself a sign of shifting awareness. It acknowledges that endurance has limits. It challenges the myth that stars must shine perpetually without dimming. Jungkook's journey reflects both the promise and peril of modern fame. He stands as evidence of extraordinary talent cultivated through discipline. He also embodies the emotional complexity of carrying global admiration. Unlimited expectations elevate and constrain simultaneously. The question remains open-ended. How long can he endure? Perhaps the answer depends not only on his strength, but on collective understanding. Support that values well-being alongside success may redefine sustainability. Applause that celebrates effort rather than perfection may ease pressure. The story unfolding is not one of imminent collapse, but of contemplation. It invites reflection on how society engages with its icons. It encourages empathy over speculation. It reminds us that behind every headline and performance is a human navigating unprecedented circumstances. Unlimited expectations may persist, but awareness can transform their impact. Recognizing the weight they impose is the first step toward balance. Jungkook's resilience thus far speaks volumes about his character. Yet resilience thrives best when accompanied by compassion, so the question lingers with renewed urgency. When expectations know no bounds, how long can anyone truly endure? Perhaps the answer lies not solely in his capacity to withstand pressure, but in our willingness to redefine what we demand from those we admire. The deeper we look into the reality of unlimited expectations, the more we realize that endurance is not a static trait but a fluctuating state. What appears unshakable from a distance may, up close, reveal subtle tremors. In the case of Jungkook, those tremors are not dramatic collapses or public confessions of defeat.